first arrived in Panama City, it was already culture shock. We got on the plane in Panama to head to Guayaquil, and everything was in Spanish. And all the directions, all the TVs, everyone was talking in Spanish. I don't even think there was an English native on that plane. And so then right away, that was 5 hours into our journey to Ecuador, we knew that it was going to be very different.
Brazil was a Portuguese, and those guys in here set free from Spain. I want to make you something.
We learned a lot about Guayaquil and Ecuador and past presidents just on our city tour. We got to go to a park full of iguanas, and that was cute. The iguana park, loved the iguana park. That was really fun. I got to pet an iguana. That's pretty cool. And we almost got pooped on. It was fun. Wow.
There are some places in Central America where they eat iguana. Well, people say that it tastes like chicken, but they used to say, well, everything tastes like chicken. This is the third largest one in South America. The largest one is the Amazon River. The second one is the Orinoco River, and the third largest one in South America was this one.
It was really neat. It was really beautiful. It was a big city. It's very different than Cuenca.
What I like about the program we have with the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater is that the student teachers come to Ecuador, and besides the classes they have here at CEDEI, is that they have the opportunity to work with teachers at CEDEI school, which is a bilingual school where kids from Cuenca take classes in English, and their first language is Spanish, but the student teachers that come from Wisconsin-Whitewater, they work together with the teachers at CEDEI school, and I think it's great that they exchange not just the knowledge and skills that they have acquired in the US, they exchange with the teachers from Cuenca, but also there is an exchange of culture and language. So they're practicing Spanish, and they're also talking about the differences in education and the difference also in the system here in Ecuador.
Oh my gosh, here at CEDEI is amazing. I was so lucky with my co-teacher. Eric and I get along so well, and he loves math and I love math.
6, 7, 8, 10.
And the kids, I'm going to miss the kids so much. I love them. And it's been great being able to teach first graders and being crazy and fun and silly, and then going to teach 8th graders and being deep and thoughtful and pensive, and just seeing them, how they communicate with each other and help each other.
If it's not okay, then why did you bring it?
I want to bring a guitar, but it's busted.
And they've been so patient with me not speaking Spanish. It's been really nice. And sometimes I speak Spanish when we play or at recess, but everyone here is just amazing, and it's so fun. And I would come back if I could, I think.
From day one, I wanted to teach abroad. I wanted that extra experience, that extra like cultural experience that I want to bring back to my classroom, like in the States, if I was to get one. And ideally, I wanted to come here. I have a Spanish minor. My Spanish has improved immensely, even within the 2 months. Just being immersed in the culture, and like actually, you know, having to speak Spanish. I've like being immersed. Like these students here are like immersed in English, so their English is, you can tell between Cuarto and Noveno the levels that they've been at. But definitely coming here, I wanted to immerse myself in the Spanish and also see what schools were like in the rest of the world.
This is my 9th field experience here at CEDEI school, and it is completely different than everything else I have done in the past 3 years. Number one, all my children speak Spanish, and I'm not only teaching content, knowledge, but I'm also teaching English. You know what? We're gonna play our pumpkin, but we're not gonna say spider. Not spider. Watch. And that's something that's very new. I've had experiences where I've taught English a little bit in some of my placements, you know, in Milwaukee or other placements, but this is teaching English to every single child, and so it's a whole new ball game. You see the water, all the water, and I see a square, and I see a triangle, and I see...
Teaching has been wonderful. It's definitely been good. I think that might be what I miss the most is the kiddos. They're just great. My preschoolers are so fun. There we go.
Yellow.
Good. Yellow. Yes. Yellow. Red. Yes. Yes, Mitzi. Red and yellow. They're not too different from teaching in the United States because kids in the United States don't know English as well. You know, they don't. You know, I'm teaching these kids the same things that I'm teaching in Wisconsin. So that's. I mean, I got that. That was easy. I knew how to do that. But those older kids, it was quite the challenge. But I'm really glad that I was able to do it because I feel like I'm a better teacher now. I'm more understanding. I'm better at reflecting and thinking about what I need to do differently because they definitely pushed me to my limits. They definitely challenged me a lot.
One weekend we did a volunteer project in Guayaquil where we went to build houses for poor people who don't have a house. So we started with a group and also with a group of students from the University of Casa Grande in Guayaquil. We started all the way from digging the holes and putting the poles and setting up the floor and the walls. And at the beginning, since it was taking a long time to dig the holes and put the poles, we were thinking we're never gonna finish this, and they told us that we were gonna build houses in a day. But then little by little we saw that it was taking shape and the students were putting the walls together and the windows and the doors and then the roof, and we finished the house in one day.
I got really sunburned and had to sit in the car for a little while, but we got to build a house. That was pretty incredible. In one day, in a matter of hours, we built a house, and it was different to see the way they worked because they were working. We thought they were like going really slow, taking forever. The locals, the people from Guayaquil, were like moving slowly, and we're like, oh, come on, like we only have a day here. Can we get this moving? But it all came together. They knew exactly what they were doing, and it all came together, and we got it done. In a matter of hours, we built a house.
You know what I thought was the coolest part of Saraguro was the lady that showed us around and her daughter. Okay, so when we were climbing the mountain, this lady was in sandal heels, and her daughter was like 8 years old. And as we're going up the mountain, all of us had like tennis shoes on, and we're all like prepared to go, and we're like dying to get up the mountain. And this lady is just like all the way up the mountain in her sandal heels. It was insane. And her daughter's just running around up the mountain. It was amazing to think that they are just so used to it. And we also, while we were up there, saw this house like in the mountains with horses and stuff. Just so cool, like just such a different way of living that they climb the mountains every day.
Other activities that we include in the program is a trip to El Cajas National Park, and then a trip to Saraguro. In Saraguro, for instance, they were able to see a ritual for the flowers that the people do there, which is totally different from what they have seen before. And we talked about also the customs there of the people, and how it's different from what they have seen here in Cuenca, and also the way of thinking in the Andes, and how it's different from the way of thinking in the US.
If anyone has the means to come to Ecuador and has the opportunity to spend time in South America and to learn Spanish and be immersed in culture and to see the people, I think that they should, and it's a great opportunity. And I wish that everyone could have the opportunity to come see it and to be a part of it. But it would be great.
Just living here and experiencing everything, you know, experiencing walking home in the rain, experiencing riding the bus, experiencing living with a family that doesn't speak English, experiencing the discotecas, just experiencing everything here in Ecuador, whether it was, you know, really difficult, you know, some days are really difficult, not understanding Spanish, and some days are just absolutely amazing. And but I don't regret a single moment, not a single difficult moment, not a single, you know, I just don't regret anything here, because everything that happened I've learned so much from. And I was telling the girls that I came with that I'm so thankful for them, and I'm so thankful for everything that we've been through together, because it made our trip that much more amazing.